Hi Gandhi class, it was so great to see you on our live session this morning, and I've had some really fantastic feedback from you all. I love that you guys are really enjoying our topic for this term, and it was great to see that some of you have even gone out and done your own research about the Victorians, which was great to hear you share in our session this morning. So our learning objective for our third talk for writing session this week is: can I identify the key features of a non-chronological report and create a toolkit? Now, for the next 3 weeks, we are going to be looking at non-chronological reports. For your hot task, you are going to write a non-chronological report about your own invention, the one that you're inventing in your design technology lessons. Now, a non-chronological report is a non-fiction, which is factual, a factual report that is not written in a time order. Chronological means it is written in the order in which it happens, whereas non-chronological, it doesn't matter about the order. Now, what I want you to do is get a piece of paper and a pencil, and I want you to write the title, Key Features of a Non-Chronological Report, at the top. Pause the video here so you can write the title. Now what I want you to do is I want you to become a detective, and I want you to have a look at our text map and find all of the features that you can. So when I go to the next slide, you'll need to pause the video, and with your best handwriting, you're going to make a bullet pointed list of all the features that you can see. Now, this is going to really help you when we do write out our non-chronological report for our invention. We're going to be able to flick back to this lesson today to help us when writing our non-chronological report. So here is our text map, and I'm going to read it out to you because some of the features are within the words that we use. So have a listen. The electric hairbrush. Introduction. The electric hairbrush was in fact a magnetic brush invented by Dr. George Scott. What does it look like? The electric hairbrush was made of bristles and not electrical wires. It looked like an ordinary hairbrush, but was engraved with the inventor's name on the handle. What does it do? The electric hairbrush was said to cure baldness and help people's hair thicken and grow. It didn't hurt to use the brush, and it became very popular. More information. Dr. George Scott stated that only one person could use the brush at a time. This meant more people bought the brush, with more than one in some households. The electric hairbrush was also said to cure headaches, amongst other diseases. Did you know the oldest hairbrush is 230 years old? Now, what I would like for you to do is pause the video here to have a look through and find the features that you can, or if you need to replay me reading out the text map to you, then you are more than welcome to do that as well. Please make sure that you write down everything that you find in a bullet pointed list. Okay, let's go through our main features. Now, what I want you to do is, if you have another colored pencil or pen, then please can you use that to add in any of the features that you missed. If you do not have another colored pencil or pen, don't worry, please just add in the ones that you have not got. So let's go through them, and I'll show you where you can find them in our text map. Now, the first one is heading and subheadings. We've done a bit of work on heading and subheadings before. This here is our heading at the very top, and the heading is to tell us what the text is about. And then we also have our subheadings. I wonder if you can remember why we have subheadings. Pause the video to have a think. Well done if you got that it's for helping us to find information quicker and easier. We look for the subheading that we're interested in, and then we read what is underneath it. So here is a subheading, Introduction. Here is a subheading, What does it look like? Here is a subheading, What does it do? Here is our subheading, More information. And here is our subheading, Did you know? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 subheadings in all. The next one is an introduction. So non-chronological reports will introduce, as the first paragraph, will introduce what the non-chronological report is about. So here is our introduction. And here it says, the electric hairbrush was in fact a magnetic brush invented by Dr. George Scott. So there is our intro. We then use different paragraphs to talk about the different parts of our subject. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different paragraphs, and they are split by leaving a line in between each one because that shows that it is a different paragraph. We then have that it is written with factual language, so we need to make sure that we are including facts. We've got a fact here that it was made of bristles and not electrical wires. That is a fact because it is true. We've then got that it has an engraving of the inventor's name on the handle. Again, that is a fact because it is true. And then our very last one is that the oldest hairbrush is 230 years old. Next, we've got that it is written in third person. I wonder if you can remember what first, second, and third person is. Pause the video to have a think. So first person is when we write about ourselves and we use I, me, we. Second person is when we are talking to someone, so we use you or your. And third person is when we are talking about someone. So we usually use they, them, or their name. So we've got Dr. George Scott. So we're talking about Dr. George Scott and his invention. We also need to make sure that we are including technical vocabulary. So our technical vocabulary here is that it is a magnetic brush. We've also got that it was made of bristles, electrical wires, that's also technical vocabulary. Engraved, that's some technical vocabulary for us as well. And we have also got, again, electrical here. We've got headaches and other diseases. And those are some of our technical vocabulary. We've also got subordinate and relative clauses. Now, these are to add more information about the object or the subject that we're talking about. So a subordinate clause is a clause that cannot stand alone and it relies on the main clause for it to make sense. And we've got an example of this where it says, it looked like an ordinary hairbrush, but was engraved with the inventor's name on the handle. And a relative clause is a clause that adds further detail to a sentence by directly relating to the main clause, and we'll usually use the conjunctions who, which, or that. We've also got a lot of conjunctions of the word and if you could also fit in some conjunctions with because in your text map, in your non-chronological report, that would be fantastic. We also need to make sure that we've got formal writing, so we are not writing informally. It needs to be written in past tense because we're writing about an invention that was in the past. Some non-chronological reports are written in present tense, but because we're talking about Victorian inventions, which were in the past, then we need to make sure that we are writing in past tense. And then lastly, we need to make sure that we have a diagram or a picture. Now, it's important that we have one of these in a non-chronological report because it helps the reader to see what exactly we're talking about. So please make sure that you have got all of these on your bullet pointed list. Please add in the ones that you haven't got and make sure you upload your work to Tapestry. I'll see you next time, Gandhi class. Bye.